Hi, Omega Khaos again with another real-life deck profile, and this time I am finally showing my real-life deck Genus deck. So this deck got new support in the Savage Strike set, so this deck is now very much playable in the Link format as a synchro-oriented deck. So I guess let's go to this deck. So first I run a triple TG Striker, obviously your main level 2 tuner, still of course very necessary for this deck for sure. Then triple TG Werewolf, of course very much necessary for this deck as well. Of course really good to make level 5 synchros with TG Striker. Then triple TG Screw Serpent, a new card from Savage Strike which is really good. It's a level 4 tuner, and if you normal spell summon, you can spell the level 4 or lower TG monster from the graveyard. So that's really amazing, and also has a very good secondary ability. You can banish it and then either increase the level of one TG monster or increase the level. So that's definitely really good to manipulate your levels, and very necessary for the combos in this deck. Then triple TG Tank Crab, another very necessary card, level 1 tuner, but it also can be treated as a non-tuner if you use it as a synchro material for a TG monster, and also if this card was sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon for a TG monster, you can spell summon one TG token. So definitely very good for the combos in this deck. Then the last TG monster in the main deck is triple TG Booster Raptor, another new card from Savage Strike. So it's a level 1 non-tuner, and if you control a TG monster, you can spell summon this card from the hand, but you can also of course summon it once per turn that way. And of course it has that same secondary ability that most TG monsters have. Then I use some ancient cards in this deck to make Isolde, because that Isolde is actually very necessary for this deck to summon out TG Striker from the deck and then make your Trident Launcher. So first I use triple Neo Space Connector, because it's a one card Isolde. They're really good. And then the target for Connector, which is of course Neo-Spatian Aqua Dolphin, of course really good card. Also can get rid of hand traps and stuff like that. Then triple Junk Forward, of course pretty good as well. Then triple Marauding Captain, again to make Isolde essentially you need as many warrior nailers as possible, but without that being the whole deck essentially. And then the final monster in the main deck is triple Goblin Belek, essentially like Marauding Captain in this deck. Then the spell cards, and I run no traps in this deck, because very much is a combo oriented deck, I don't really need them. So first 1 for 1, of course, you have quite a few level 1 monsters in this deck. Then one Reinforcement of the Army, of course, because obviously you do have quite a lot of warriors, and TG Strike as well. Then a very interesting card I run in this deck is triple Werewolf though. Reason why, because you do have your of course your level monster like Tank Crab for example, or the Booster Raptor. So essentially for a combo you need of course to make the way to make Isolde, then either TG Werewolf or TG Booster Raptor in your hand, or either Screw Serpent or Tank Crab in the hand. So you need either one of those card combinations essentially. So if you have Booster Raptor, you can activate this and search Tank Crab. If you already have Tank Crab and you summon it to the field, you can use it to search out the Booster Raptor. So that definitely helps out to get your missing combo pieces. Then of course equips for Isolde. Of course your Divine Sword Phoenix Blade, of course pretty good, but of course you don't really have a way to make use of its of its advantage ability that you can obviously banish 2 warriors and get it back to your hand, but then you probably won't be able to do much with it. Then one, of course, Living Fossil. Of course, really good equip. Pretty much like Premature Burial for level 4s or lower monsters. Then one Overdone Burial. Of course, pretty good as well. Pretty decent. And the last equip is one TDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Of course, if you banish a card with Phoenix Blade, you can activate this to bring out that banished monster. And then the last spells in the main deck are a triple Core Grave, because it's very much a combo-oriented deck. You definitely don't want to get hand-trapped. So that was the spells and the whole main deck. Now let's see the next deck. So first I run one TG Halberd Cannon. Of course, one of the main Delta Axial Synchros. Of course, with Draw Lodge's effect, if you activate that effect, you can only summon a +1 TG monsters that turn. So this is a very good Delta Axial Synchro. But yeah, obviously you can just negate the summon with this card. And also if this card will be destroyed or it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can summon another TG monster from the graveyard. So that's definitely pretty good. And I have that really nice ultimate there as well from the original set. Then I run one TG Blade Blaster. Of course, pretty good as well. Essentially can dodge removal cards. And also you can negate any spells and traps that target this card. But of course, if you summon it on its own, decks right now are so fast that if you use its banishing effect, they're probably going to OTK you. So yeah, kind of have to be careful with this. Then I use one Cosmic Blazar Dragon, which I think is pretty much the best Delta Axial Synchro in general. It's of course very powerful. You probably know what this card does. It can pretty much negate anything, any card effect or any summon, and it can even negate attacks, and then it ends the battle phase. So of course, again, with Trident Launcher's effect, you won't be able to summon it in your own turn, but in your opponent's turn, you can use one of your Synchro Tuner's effects to summon this card in your opponent's turn. So that's definitely a very nice play for sure. And normally, first turn, you're going to set up your Synchros, and then your opponent's turn, they activate something because they have, of course, priority, and then you use the Synchro Tuner's effect to summon out this card. But of course, this card is really good, but again, on its own, it might not be enough, of course, but still a very powerful card for sure. Then I run one Stardust Warrior, and again, another really good Axial Synchro, that's for sure. And you're going to like with Cosmic Blazar Dragon, you're going to summon it in your opponent's turn if you are not able to get the materials for a Delta Axial Synchro. Then I run one TG Hyper Librarian. Of course, a really good card. I would run more, but right now I don't have any more. Actually, these are actually pretty expensive right now, and actually, normally if you do your first turn combo, you probably won't need two, but I would like to have it just in case. But right now, one is pretty much fine. Then I run one TG Power Gladiator, just a replacement for Hyper Librarian right now for the second one, but still I think it's pretty decent as well. But mostly it's a filler card right now. Then one TG Wonder Magician, again pretty good Synchro Tuner for sure, although it has mostly been replaced by TG Star Guardian as the main Synchro Tuner. Then I run, of course, two TG Star Guardian, which is now the main level 5 Synchro Tuner in this deck, and it's very necessary for the combos in this deck. Definitely really good. Of course, it requires one tuner and one non-tuner TG monster, or multiples. And of course, you can summon Synchro Summon with this card in your opponent's turn, like many other Synchro Tuners. And if this card is plus one, you can target one TG monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, and then in the same turn, in your main phase, you can special one TG monster from the hand. That's really good to extend your combos and whatnot. Very necessary card for sure. I'd run 2 because sometimes you can make the combo twice. You still have your equips in the deck. Then I run 2 TG Reciprocal Dragonfly. Of course, it's your main level 2 non-tuner TG Synchro. And again, I run 2 because obviously sometimes I can make the combo twice. Then the links, of course, I run triple TG Triad Launcher. So this card essentially makes everything happen in this deck, because obviously the card's 2 plus effect monster, including a TG tuner, and if this card is linked to someone, you can press on 1 TG monster, 1 from the hand, 1 from the graveyard, and 1 from the deck. And you have to have at least, of course, 1 in each place, essentially. In the link zones this card is pointing to, but then you can't summon anything else other than TG monsters that turn, and also TG Synchros, this card points to, cannot be targeted by card effects. So that's really a very amazing card. Of course, the problem with this card is that it's a link free, so you can't really go into it easily just with TG monsters. So in the OCG, of course, they have needle fiber, which enables to go into this card, but we don't have it, so we have to use alternative option, which is Isolde engine, so that really helps. So yeah, very necessary card for this deck for sure, and makes everything happen in this deck. And then the last link monster is 2 Isolde, of course. Like I said, you have to use alternative option because we don't have needle fiber, and that's pretty much the main way to go into your Triad Launcher. I think you already know what this card does, so if this card in this deck, you're going to, of course, send 2 equips from your deck to the graveyard, and then someone TG Striker, which is a warrior type TG monsters. They don't have TGs, don't really have any other warriors in the archetype. So yeah. So that was my real life deck Genus or TG deck profile. I really enjoy playing with this deck. It's very fun. I'm not sure, it's probably not very compared because you are only able to really summon like 1 Delta Axel Synchro or 1 regular Axel Synchro. But nowadays it's really not enough, because nowadays it's just a game of multiple interruptions or floodgating your opponent, or using multiple hand traps to stop your opponent, stuff like that. So it's probably not very comparable. But still, it is pretty good, and definitely very good for casual play or like semi-competitive environments. So I guess that's it for this real life deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. For now, goodbye and Omerkios out.